Good morning, dear student. Today we are discuss the last section of this speech address at the final session, 27th September 1893. So, Vivekananda says, the world's parliament of religion has become an accomplished fact, and merciful Father has helped those who labor to bring it into existence and crowned with success their most unselfish labor. So, this is the last address uh, given to that world parliament of religion, and he says that the world parliament of religion has become an accomplished fact. Accomplished means successful, completed, brought to an end. So, whatever the attempt, whatever endeavor has been taken by the organizer of that particular conference, Vivekananda says that has been accomplished fact. Merciful Father means God, has helped those who labor to bring it into existence. Whoever is are there who try their best, who tried their best to get that successful conference, and God also helped them, and that's why it was their unselfish labor. They didn't have any intention, personal intention, while organizing this particular conference. It was their selfless motto. They wanted to create awareness about the various religion in this whole universe. They wanted to spread the message of the unification, message of integrity all over the world, and that was their selfless motto, and that motto has been accomplished by them with the bless of God. My thanks to all those. Dear student, you must also keep in mind, you can adopt this whole speech while conferring or while offering the vote of thanks at the last of the any session, any program. And how to how to give vote of thanks, you can learn from this passage. My thanks to those noble soul म्हणजे sublime soul, without any selfless intention, that works for the other, that is called noble soul, most sublime people. My thanks to those noble soul whose large heart and love of truth first dreamed this wonderful dream and then realized it. There were the people who without selfless intention tried to get this conference done in America, and that was their main motto, to spread the teaching of tolerance all over the world. That's why they labored hard, wholeheartedly, and their dream, they first dreamed that particular conference, and their dream have become truth. And my thanks to those, the shower of liberal sentiments means we can say the temperament, feeling, emotions, sentiments that has overflowed this platform. My thanks to those enlightened audience for their uniform kindness to me and for their appreciation of every thought that tend to smooth the friction of religion. Friction of religion means we can say some strife, sometimes of conflict. So whatever the speeches have been delivered there were totally for the unification of the tolerance, to inculcate the feeling of tolerance in the people of this universe. For that was the sublime motto of the organizer while organizing this particular conference. So that soul, we can say, that were the enlightened soul, and thanks to the enlightened audience also, they also support the speaker. They just listen calmly, the whatever thoughts were given, whatever thoughts were put forward by the speaker from all over the world, and they also deserve that appreciation, every thought. And a few jarring notes means the making or causing harsh and irritating sound. Jarring means irritating, if we are putting forth some we can say contradictions or controversial issues, there might be some people who don't like that the opinion against their against their prejudices, but there were some jarring responses also, and that were helpful to get some inference, get some sublime conclusion from that overconfidence. That's why he also thanks to the audience also. My special thanks to them. They have, by their striking contrast, made general harmony the sweeter. And there were some contrasts, there were some, we can say, agreements, and there were some, we can say, the conflict. And where conference means the each and every delegates from all over the world put forward their own opinion regarding the religion in this whole universe. There may be some contradiction, there may be some similarities, but each and every things help to get the conference accomplished. And from that conference there were various there were various modes of philosophies and opinions, and their we can say information about their religions. But whatever the contradictions or similarities may have been happened here, and that totally contradiction as well as similarities, agreements were most fruitful most fruitful outcome, we can say, that we got from that particular conference. That's why he appreciate all the endeavor taken by that organizer as well as the audiences and the speaker from all over the world. Much has been said of common ground of the religious unity. I am not going just now to venture my own theory, but if anyone else hopes that this unity will come by the triumph of any one of the religions and destruction of the other, to him I say, brother, yours is an impossible hope. Do I wish that the Christian would become Hindu? And God forbid. And do I wish that the Hindu and Buddhist would become Christian? God forbid. So there were some opinions about the common ground of religious unity. That means there were some opinions were raised by some speaker that there should be the unity of the religion, means there should be only one religion in the whole world. But according to Vivekananda, he says that I am not going to just now venture means put forward my own theory, but if anyone here hopes that this unity will come by the triumph of any one of the religion and a destruction of the other, to him I say, brother, yours is an impossible hope. If we want to maintain the unity in the religion in this whole universe, and somebody is thinking that there should be only one religion and triumphant, the victorious religion will be the main religion in this whole universe, and other religions would be destructed. It is impossible task, because we cannot destroy any religion, and after getting that victory we would enjoy the being the only one religion in this whole universe. This is not possible according to Vivekananda. Vivekananda says, I do wish that Christian would become Hindu. How can we enforce any Christian to become Hindu? How can enforce any Muslim to become Hindu? How can enforce any Christian to become Buddhist? It is not possible. It is totally depend on their opinion. It is depend on their liking. It is depend on their philosophies of life, and that's why we cannot destroy any religion, and we cannot maintain the unity of religion in this way. So what they say forward, then he says, the seed is put in the ground. The earth, air and water are placed around it. Does the seed become the earth, the air, the water? No, it become a plant, and it develop after the laws of its own growth, assimilates the air, earth, the water, and convert them into plant substance and grow into plant. This is the main motto that particular conference have given us, that what if we put a seed in the ground and we give water, we give air and we give earth to it, but that seed doesn't become any water, or that seed doesn't become the earth, that particular seed doesn't become the air. It grow as a plant, means that particular seeds gets the air, water and the earth assimilated into it and develop with its own law of progression, law of growth. That's why in the same way there are in this whole universe there are lot of type of opinions and lot of type of teachings and lot of type of ethics and lot of types of religion, and we cannot destroy that whole religion to maintain the unity of religion. If we want to develop the real peace in this whole universe, we have to assimilate, we have to combine the teaching of all the religion. Just as if we are Hindu, we have to assimilate the teaching of we have to tolerate at least the teaching of Muslim, we have to at least tolerate the teaching of the opinion of the Buddhism. In this way we will get develop ourselves. If we want to develop our teaching, our religion, Hindu religion, so we must not do any harm to other religion. Just being tolerant to their opinion, their philosophy, their theology, their opinions, we have to develop ourselves. Means that we should not do any harm to other religion, we should not do to other religion. We have to let them live, let them develop, and do develop ourselves. So the similar is the case with the religion. The Christian is not to become a Hindu or Buddhist, nor Hindu or Buddhist to become Christian, but each must assimilate. Assimilates means here absorb or integrate. Absorb, we have to absorb, we have to take in the teaching, the good things that is in other religion, but must assimilate the spirit of others and yet preserve his individuality and grow according to its own law of growth. If we find some good things in the Buddhism, we must absorb it. If we find some good things in Christianity, we must observe it, and with the help of that all things that are good in all the universe, in the all the religion, we must develop ourselves at assimilating all the traits and all the opinion, all the teaching given in the other religion. We should not destroy any religion to develop ourselves. We just assimilate the good thing that we generally find in the other religion. That is the main motto of this particular conference. And we must in this way maintain our individuality and grow according to our own law of growth by letting other religion also to develop their individuality, to develop their opinion, to develop whatever in which way they want to develop their opinion, their teaching. We should let them develop. In the same way, we have also to maintain our individuality, observing the good thing finding in other religion. If the parliament of religion had shown anything to the world, it is this: it has proved to the world that holiness, purity, charity are not exclusively possession of any church in the world, that every system has produced men and women of the most exalted character. It is true. Each and every religion, it may be Buddhism, it may be Muslim, Mohammedan, it may be Christian, it may be Hindu, it may be whatever the various religions are there in this universe, and each and every religion have created the exalted character in their men and women. They have shown the right path to their followers. It doesn't mean that the Buddhism is the right track and Hinduism is the bad track. Each and every religion has shown the right track to their followers. It means that they have also, each and every religion on this universe has created the exalted character, and in the face of this evidence, if anyone dreams of exclusive survival of his own religion and destruction of the other, I pity him. And in such scenario, if something is saying that I can I should live exclusively by destroying the other religion. It is not happening. It will be very disastrous. And I pity him from bottom of my heart and point out to him that upon the banner of every religion will be soon be written, in spite of the resistance, help and not fight, assimilation and not destruction, harmony and the peace, not dissension. Such type of logo, such type of banner of each and every religion would be publishing after this conference, because this conference taught that we should develop ourselves, develop our individuality by absorbing the good sense, good teaching from the other religion. It doesn't mean that if we are, if anyone thinks that he should develop his own religion exclusively by destroying the other religion, it is not possible. Swami Vivekananda says that I pity him. It is not possible, and it is also destructive. And if we want to develop, if we want to maintain the world peace, we have to just change our logo of our religion and try to put banner of like the help and not fight. We have to just live and let live others, develop and let develop others, and assimilation, not distinction. We have to assimilate the good thoughts given in the other religion, not the destroying their thoughts. And in the same way, we can maintain the harmony and peace, not the dissension. Dissension means the disagreement. We have to maintain the harmony and peace, not the dissension. Such type of good lessons have been given in this particular prose. This is particularly it is a speech, very graceful speech we have heard from last 3 or 4 videos, and I think you must have got some good things from this lesson. Okay, just listen this video again and again and try to get the good thing from these lessons. And if you come across some difficulties regarding this particular lesson, you can let me know on our group. Thank you.